everyone and welcome to this special edition of Wrestling Showdown. What do you mean by special edition? Well, we are bringing you not one but two huge championship matches this week on Wrestling Showdown. Just a thank you for you having subscribed and for you making your plans to come and join us at our live events this coming weekend, which I'm sure you are, right? So let's not delay, let's get to the first of these championship encounters. Now, you don't need me to tell you that over the past 18 months, Leah Owens has been locked in something of a war with her sister Kasey Owens over the Women's Championship. This week here on Showdown is going to end one way or another, because these two are set to meet each other in our last twin standing match. What does that entail? I assume Joe Fordyce will fill you in the rules in just a moment, but the things to remember are this. Both of these women want to end this feud finally, once and for all. On the line is the Women's Championship. And if Kasey Owens wins this match, she'll become a two-time W3L Women's Champion. But if Leah Owens wins this match, not only does she retain the championship and continue her current reign, but she'll be finally allowed to remove that mask that she's been forced to wear for the past year. These are some pretty high stakes. So let's not delay. Let's get to the first of this week's matches. It's Owens versus Owens, last twin standing.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's now bring out our opponent.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here on Wrestling Showdown, and Leah Owens not even waiting for entrance music, immediately charging the ring to get her hands on her twin sister Kasey Owens in this last twin standing match. Kasey just avoids that swinging steel chair. That's perfectly legal in this match. There's no rules other than the fact that if your opponent can't stand up before a count of 10, they are declared the loser. And hang on, Kasey Owens has just launched Leah Owens into the audience into a pile of chairs. A few of them got out of the way, but I don't know if anybody got caught in the crossfire. But again, this is perfectly legal. Anything goes in this type of a match, and it's high stakes in this. Not only are both twins wanting to put an end to the feud that has raged here in W3L for over a year, as Leah Owens hits that, oh no, went for a sliding dropkick. I don't know if she caught as much as she wanted. But on the line is the Women's Championship. Kasey could become a two-time champion if she wins this match. But also if Leah Owens, when she gets to take that mask off that she's been wearing, I know how much she hates that, as Kasey Owens gets slammed into the seating here. Leah Owens climbing up and drops an axe handle. And again, your referee Kieran Swinney, he can't really do anything here. He can't warn them about illegal holds and moves because there are none. He can't count them out. This is purely anything goes in this match, and it says a lot about how this feud has raged that both of these women would agree to this kind of match. And Kasey Owens crashed onto a pile of tables. And of course, as I'm sure you know, it was remedied last February. Kasey Owens effectively stole, is that the best way to put, the women's title from Leah Owens. Charging across the ring, get up ahead of steam, and Kasey Owens smashes her with that chair, and Leah Owens is moving at some rate of velocity, and she went head first into this chair. It's going to put her down for the count. Now the referee just calling for the bell now. A couple of minutes in, so he now applies the count. Leah Owens has got to count to 10 to get back to her feet. If she can, the match continues. If she can't, the match is over. But she took a nasty smack to the head with that chair. Hang on, blocks the kick, and Kasey Owens face first on the apron. And of course, these two being twins, they've teamed together a lot, they've wrestled each other a lot, so they know what each other's going to do. Maybe we'll see increased usage of foreign objects. Again, this match is perfectly legal. Leah Owens rolls her sister back into the ring. There's a match here on Showdown. Last year we saw Kasey defeat Leah, meaning that she had to wear the mask in the first place. And then she thought she was allowed to remove it just before Resolution last year, but turns out it was not the case. She takes that kick to the midsection. I think actually may have caught her in the knee. Good move by Kasey Owens to slow her down. And of course, if you can't stand, It's hard to get your feet before the count of 10, and she runs the knee right in the face of Leah Owens, who crumples. Again, the referee is really only just there to count to 10 to make it official. And Kasey's vanished from sight, she's gone under the ring. And she's got herself some kind of table, it looks like. And she's not setting up a buffet, clearly. And look, wow! Now Kasey Owens has just ripped one of the legs off that table. That shows just how angry she is, how much ire is in her body. She ripped the leg off it and stands it up. Notice it matches her ring attire. A spinebuster from Leah Owens. That'll change the momentum in this match, possibly. But both of them slow to get up, it has to be said. Again, they fought countless times. You go back to the Showdown archives, you will see it. They fought our live events as well. Kasey, oh, reverses it. And Leah Owens just stops before she goes in. And Kasey Owens hits the board. Now she did slow herself a little. She saw Leah Owens moving, so Kasey tried to slow herself down. All that's done is resulted in the board bending somewhat. Although I think it's got caught against the ropes, that's why it's at an odd angle. Kasey taking as much of that 10 count as she can to rest as much as possible before back on the attacks. Leah Owens jabs in the midsection with that chair. These two had a tremendous no-holds-barred match the night before Resolution last year. The shades of that. And Kasey trying to stay up after that knee lift. And Leo's blowing on her. And drops her down. And Kasey Owens did everything to keep standing there. Because of course as soon as you're off your feet the referee is going to count. And you might think, well, just lie down, it would take a count of 9, get back up. But if you slip as you get up, if you're unable to get up in time, that will be ruled as a loss. And Kasey Owens wants that Women's Championship for the second time. And if she can take it from her own twin sister, that'd be all the sweeter a victory. Leah Owens has been a fighting champion. We've seen her here on Showdown taking on all comers. As Kasey Owens grabs the arm, entrapped her there. Now, normally she'd have a 5 count to break because she's hanging on the ropes, but here she doesn't really have to because again, there's no rope breaks, there's no disqualifications. She hits a dropkick and hits her in the arm that she's been working on. Great presence of mind by Kasey Owens, great pinpoint accuracy. And she works Leah Owens' left arm with that hanging armbar and then drop kicks her in the same arm. Of course, it's hard to pull yourself to your feet with one arm as an agony. It's hard to throw your opponent around as well. Kasey set that chair up. What will she go for? Leah Owens slips out. And face first goes Kasey Owens. Right on that chair she'd set up. Now both women are down, so that's both of them being counted here. Even though it was Kasey that took the move onto the chair. And you've got to think, I mean, these two are family, and this is what they're going to go through. It shows you a lot about just how much the title means, how much Leah Owens wants to get rid of that ridiculous mask that she's been forced to wear. And she goes face first at the chair there. I think she tried to get her hand up but didn't offer a lot of protection. I mean, certainly if you remember when Leah Owens first wore the mask, she really struggled with it in her matches. It hampered her a number of times, but she's kind of got used to it but hates wearing it. And it does mean that our fans can't get to see her lovely face either. We're up to 7 here. And she had to use the chair to stand. Now she's sitting in it, but she catches her sister. Oh, and Kasey Owens takes that leg drag and falls badly onto the chair. That was a really uncomfortable landing. Her back is probably going to be in all sorts of agony, which is going to make picking up her sister difficult. It's going to make standing pretty tricky as well. That's an 8 we're on now. I don't think Kasey's going to get up. But wait a minute, Leah pulls her up. She broke the count. And Leah's got her across her shoulders. What's she got in mind? And the crowd chanting through the table. And that's exactly what she does. Smashes her through a fireman's driver. And Kasey Owens took a really nasty landing through that. Leah's holding herself up with the ropes. I think if they went there, she'd collapse. We're at 7. We're at 8. Is Kasey Owens going to get up? I don't think she's going to manage it. And she doesn't. Leah Owens wins the last twin standing match.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and still W3L Women's Champion, and now able to take off the mask, Leah Owens!
So Leah Owens seems to end the twin versus twin feud here in W3L. She retains the title and takes off the mask here on Wrestling Showdown.
So congratulations goes to Leah Owens. She's still Women's Champion and now she doesn't have to wear that mask. A popular decision, I'm sure you will agree. Now I mentioned before that match that we have live events coming up this weekend, and we do. This Thursday we're going to be in Pennycook. Then on Friday we start our northern tour by heading up to Wick. Saturday sees us in both Ullapool and Dingwall for 2 shows in one day. And then this coming Sunday, a week today, it's going to be Elgin that receives the benefit of some live W3L action. You can of course get your tickets, what ones remain, from our website. I'll tell you about that later on. But you may be interested to know that coming up at Pennycook this Thursday, we're going to be seeing the merchandise Mike Musso taking on Tim Wiley one-on-one. And if you watched last week's episode of Showdown, you'll know that Tim Wiley and the very good Mr. Ewan Mackey have been causing havoc and running riot through other matches. Will it be the same again in Pennycook? You'll find it by being there. And Mike Musso is also going to be part of our northern tour. He will be joining the likes of Debbie Sharp, who's going to be wrestling Emily Hayden on the tour. I also know that Kevin Williams will be there, Prince Assad will be there, and many more besides. Make sure you get along to see one of these events in Pennycook, Wick, Ullapool, Dingwall and Elgin. Now, the second match that we have for you this week here on Showdown is one that a lot of people have been waiting to see. James Scott's championship victory over Nathan Reynolds was marred with controversy, but he's got the devil's own test in front of him this week, almost literally, because he's got to defend the title against the king of all evil, Bram. Yeah, that's right, Impact Wrestling star Bram has come to W3L and he intends to leave with the heavyweight title around his waist. Will he? Can James Scott defeat Bram? Or is Bram going to take the title back to Impact? Let's all find out as we hit ringside for our heavyweight championship match.
So ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our second championship match on this edition of Wrestling Showdown, and James Scott has got a massive test ahead of him. I mean, it's one thing taking the title from Nathan Reynolds, which obviously did with a bit of help, but he's got to go through Bram if he wants to retain that title. And as you can hear, there's not one person in the building who isn't on Bram's side. And that's partly because they've obviously seen him on Impact Wrestling and they know who he is, but also because they just dislike James Scott so much. So they would love to see Bram become the new heavyweight champion, and I think he's in with a shout as the bell sounds. These two men, the crowd chanting "Let's go Bram." They are firmly behind the challenger, and he hasn't done anything yet. He just stood there, and the crowd totally on his side. It's going to irritate James Scott no end, I'm sure, but he will fight through it. He's no slouch, obviously. He's a two-time W3L Heavyweight Champion, multiple-time Tag Team Champion, so you don't get to have the success that he has had by getting rattled by an audience cheering for your opponent. But it's going to be a good test for James Scott, if nothing else, to go up against the King of All Evil, who was introduced as Bram. And we'll see how evil he gets, how evil he needs to be if he's going to try and take the title away. And, well, there you go, Bram retaliating. James not happy with that. See that his hair was pulled. Now, come on, that's hang on, Bram catapults James Scott back in, and Bram lounging again. I think James Scott's got his hands full. I'm sure he hasn't underestimated Bram. I'm sure he's been studying up on him. Has Bram been studying James Scott? We'll find out as this match goes on. James just sizing up, and slaps him in the face. Yeah, there's some disrespect for you. And Bram charges. Perhaps his temper got the better of him there. James Scott ducks out the way, pulls down the rope, and Bram, to be fair, landed on his feet. And he catches James Scott. He's in for like a body press, I think. And Bram catches him and drops him face first on the apron. Well, things haven't exactly gone James Scott's way, not in the start of this match anyway. And Bram quite happy to take it to the floor if that's what it takes. And apparently it is. And Scott right at the back wall. Chance of let's go Bram here. We would love to see a title change this week here on Wrestling Showdown. Leah Owens has already retained the Women's Championship earlier. Are we going to see Bram become the new heavyweight champion? Well, it may well be as he spits some liquid in James Scott's face. And he's got a bin. And right over the head. And Thomas Kearns, I've got to say, has been extraordinarily lenient in this one. As far as I know, this is just a normal championship encounter. There's no special stipulations to it. But he's obviously letting it go. Maybe trying to stay out the way. Quite rightly too. And he cuts off Bram, does James Scott. So what is happening now? He's got the bin. And I guess turnabout is fair play. This has already got out of hand. We're even 5 minutes in the match here. James Scott gouging at the face of Bram. He'll do whatever it takes to win, and we've seen that in previous matches of James Scott's here on Wrestling Showdown. They did it at live events as well. As they march through the audience, they're going right around the building. And they actually are right up to the back. And oh, what is he going to? He's going to throw him into that metal cupboard thing. Oh, hang on, Bram's got him by the legs. And James Scott gets catapulted in that storage cupboard. And that's a metal door on it. As you can see, it's like a small version of a cage. And James Scott went face first in. Didn't expect that at all. This is completely not gone the way anyone was expecting, I don't think. Is Bram going to put him in the cupboard? Oh, hang on. Grabs the door. Oh, and so close. James Scott just got the road no more. Bram tries to slam the door shut on him. And Scott all over the place, end up beside the merchandise table. Oh, this won't be good. Bram about to throw him at the wall. No, wait, reverses. And James Scott crashes into everything. Nearly knocks over the PA system. Remember, as the sign on the table says, all damages must be paid for. Don't know whose wage that's coming out of, but James Scott just crashed right through the merchandise table, smashed into the PA system as well. He's in a heap on the floor, I think. Bram having a bit of liquid refreshment. Fair enough, I guess. It's important to stay hydrated. There's James Scott pulling himself to his feet. Oh, and he's gets caught with some sort of liquid thing. James going for, oh, and face first goes Bram right into the table. And Thomas Kerns keeping this match going, hasn't thrown it out. Trying to get them back into the ring, I think. But at times, it's often like they get tunnel vision, some wrestlers, and they just focus on beating their opponent up so much that they don't necessarily listen to what the referee's saying or where they are. Bram just flailing away on James Scott, and he's got no way. Surely not. And look at this, it's still standing. James Scott just got powerbombed onto that table and it's still in one piece. I don't know if James Scott's back is, but everybody trying to get a good view of this, trying to get up close and personal. They want to say they were right in the front row. They were right up close on the night that Bram became the heavyweight champion. And let's be honest, it's looking like it's going to go that way. James Scott's been powerbombed onto a table that did not break. He have injured his back. And Bram climbing up. Is he going to jump on him now? We can just about see James Scott there. Knock Bram off the table. Good presence of mind. Scott climbing up. Bram climbing as well. And oh, Scott's going to suplex him. He's going to suplex him off the table. And the remnants of that other table are still there. But Bram hits the headbutt. Both men very precarious here. What's going on? And they dive off. And both men crash onto that table. It's the one that James Scott could not break. I think both men's bodies may have just done it. And this match has to be called off, surely. I mean, neither man can continue. James Scott's been powerbombed on an unbreakable table, and then both he and Bram's kind of launched each other through the air onto that table. We can see W3L's staff here dragging the remnants of that table out of the way. So the guy in the man's got up yet. Wait, there's Bram. And he's limping, I think. And he's got hold of James Scott. This is just crazy. He's trying to get back into the ring, but Scott running at the ring post. Bram obviously realising that the only way he can win the match is inside the ring. This is still going. The referee keeping this match going. Both men somehow still able to walk. Bram rolled in. James Scott goes in for the cover right away, but Bram immediately kicking out. Barely even got a 1 there. And this would really kick off James Scott's W3L Heavyweight Championship reign in fine fashion if he can overcome Bram here on Showdown this week. I mean, Bram's got an international reputation. He's wrestled all over the world. Of course, he's most notable for his time over in the States for TNA and for Impact Wrestling. But let's not forget, he is an Englishman. He was born and raised over here, started wrestling over here, went overseas, made his name over there as James Scott locks in the camel clutch. And I'm not sure how much damage Bram took when the pair of them came off that table. It was kind of hard to see everybody in the way, but the table that they landed on obviously is ruined when you saw it go past briefly as it was dragged out the way. So he may have injured himself. James Scott is bound to be hurt as well. Bram crashes heavily into turnbuckles and he just ricocheted back out. Scott immediately in for the cover. Just nets him with 2 though. And Bram hit those turnbuckles very heavily. And the fact he bounced out so hard should give you some indication as to just how hard he crashed into them there. James Scott's got his legs. And he drops the knee. He made the referee turn away, pointing to something. After all we've seen, you really think the referee's going to disqualify for kneeing somebody in the groin? The crowd get on Scott's case, call him a cheat, and technically I guess he is for using that legal hold, or a manoeuvre, sorry. And a stomp. And James Scott certainly has tons of ability. You can't deny his wrestling prowess, but it's wrapped up in such a foul attitude. This kind of idea that he's better than anyone, can just do whatever he wants. That's what annoys people about James Scott. As he drives a knee right in the spine of Bram, and his back's got to be hurting. Not just because of the camel clutch, not just because of this chin lock that he's caught in, but when you consider what they went through, both men, over by the souvenir stand. I'm sure that's being repaired as we speak. And James Scott slowed the match down to his pace. Clearly brawling on the floor was not working out for Bram. Definitely the edge in that one. And it was going the way of the challenger. So the champion has slowed things right down. And he's obviously going to do whatever he can to wear down Bram to where he can defeat him. Score out a pin or a submission, whatever it might take, because again this is technically a normal singles match as James Scott gets dropped down with that jawbreaker. Bram ducks the clothesline and retaliates with one of his own. And again, the crowd firmly on his side as he charges in with a forearm. They're taking most people's heads off, I think. And another one. And a knee. That jumping knee lift is bound to do it. Bram just waiting, biding his time, letting Scott get up. Ducks the clothesline and drops him down. And immediately into a cover. This is bound to be it. James Scott with enough presence of mind to kick out of it. And it's deafening in here, ladies and gentlemen. This crowd, every single last person willing Bram to defeat James Scott to become the new champion. Oh, he's setting up his move, the brighter side, the suffering. And James Scott Drop kicks the knee and hits him with that shiny enziguri. But it just nets a 2, and you can see the frustration on James Scott there. He's able to avoid the Northern Lights DDT that Bram was setting up for the British side of suffering. But that enziguri did not do it for him. And Scott looking quite frustrated, I think. Obviously felt that maybe one kick to the back of the skull would be enough to knock Bram out, but it has not been. He slips him. Bram fighting out of this. Full Nelson. And Bram runs him in the corner. Best way to break the hold, I think, there. But Scott, gets caught and powerbombed again. Tried to get the better of Bram, it did not work. And Scott retaliates in kind. And now both guys are down. Referee Thomas Kearns applying a count for either man be up before the count of 10. They've just traded power bombs, and that isn't even the first one that James Scott's taken in this match. And neither man stirring. Although as I say that, I can see some legs moving. Both men extremely slow to move. Are they going to get up before the count of 10? It's not looking likely. And I don't think either man is. I think the match is going to end in a draw here, isn't it? But wait, Bram's moving more. And he's just and so is James Scott. Took a superhuman effort by both men to get up to their feet. And both men throwing everything they've got behind these fists here. Oh, and a clothesline each. These men have been almost, I don't say mirror images of each other, but they've come up with a lot of the same ideas. They fight each other with the same manoeuvres, it seems. Bram's going for it again. But see Scott went back to that knee. Hooks over the shoulders. Runs at the turnbuckles. And drives him down. We saw that fireman's driver put out Kasey Owens earlier on in this episode. I thought it was through a table. Bram able to continue this match. And his whole audience willing Bram on. We want to see a brand new heavyweight champion, and he still has a good chance of doing it, because right now James Scott's not able to put him down for that magical count of 3. Scott reaching under the ring. What is he up to? Has he pulled something out? I mean, there's this space under there, it's used as storage usually, and he's found a chair. Now, I'm not sure that Thomas Kearns would allow this. I mean, surely he's got to enforce the rules in some capacity. Oh, and James Scott wedges it between the turnbuckle pads. And it generally means one thing, and that's that Bram is going to go head first into that chair. Scott with Irish whip, and it gets reversed, and James Scott goes head first in the chair. Bram straight in for the cover. We're going to have ourselves a brand new W3L Heavyweight Champion, but not quite yet. How Scott was able to kick out is anybody's guess. He went head first into that chair, and he went in at high speed as well, and Bram immediately went for the cover. There's no delaying, no stalling, straight in. And he's got the chair. Now he's going to use it. See when he prop up in the corner. And the audience seemed quite happy with the idea of Bram smashing James Scott in the head with it. That's all it was going to do, but Thomas Kearns fighting with him. Still going to allow him to hit them with the chair. Oh, and James Scott kicks him. And Thomas Kearns comes in. Surely, no. I don't believe this, ladies and gentlemen. James Scott has just stolen the victory over Bram. What a horrible, cheap ending to an otherwise tremendous contest. James Scott had to kick Bram in the softest part of his anatomy, you know what I'm saying, to be able to retain the title. This is not the way anybody wanted this to end. Not at all. So whether you like it or not, James Scott retains the heavyweight title. He's making a case for being a dominant champion, certainly. And like, fair play to him, he got powerbombed onto tables, he got run headfirst into chairs, and it took a low blow to put down that man there, Bram, who's now standing, and James Scott doesn't realise. And James Scott has just walked around Bram without realising, but I think it's just dawned upon him what's happened. Bram kicks him and hits the brighter side of suffering. Well, he may not have become heavyweight champion, he may not own that championship, may not be his, but he's put an exclamation point on this match, as Bram certainly makes an impact on Wrestling Showdown.
I'm not really sure that words do that match justice, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to talk about out of hand, if you talk about unhinged, I think that match defines those terms. That was a normal match. That was just like a straight one-on-one normal wrestling contest. Obviously, referee Thomas Kearns felt it best to be lenient in these circumstances, but it was still just a normal match. In light of what happened, W3L management have made the decision that James Scott must face Bram one more time, and he will. On Saturday, July the 22nd, we'll be at the Ice Arena in Kirkcaldy. We're having our first ever event there. Bram is going to be challenging James Scott for the heavyweight championship one more time, but management have decided to make that match a Falls Count Anywhere match. Now, you saw what just happened when they wrestled in what was effectively a normal match, complete with all the usual rules about DQs and counters, that kind of thing. What do you think is going to happen when James Scott and Bram meet in a match where they can go anywhere, where they can do anything, we don't have to pin each other inside the ring? It's going to be absolute carnage, and you can be there in person, because, ladies and gentlemen, on the 22nd in Kirkcaldy, it's our Showdown Summer Spectacular event. It's not going to air here on the network, it won't come out on DVD, you can only see it by being there live. And James Scott will defend the title, assuming he's still champion at that point, against Bram. Falls Count Anywhere. You really need to be part of that, and you can get your tickets from our website. And probably they get your tickets for our events this weekend. As I mentioned before, we're in Pennycook this coming Thursday, Wick on Friday, Ullapool and Dingwall on Saturday, Elgin on Sunday. Tickets are available from our website. You go to W3LWrestling.com. I assume you've saved the website address in your browser, because it's the easy way to get it. Go into the shopping cart, buy your tickets. Remember to use the word Showdown in the coupon code section. You can get 20% off them as well. So it's going to help you save some money when you buy all these tickets. Then go on and like us on Facebook if you haven't already. Follow us on Twitter. Of course, use the hashtag W3L Wrestling Showdown when you talk about this show. And make sure you've subscribed to this here channel. And make sure your tickets are there, because we're coming to Pennycook on Thursday. Then we head on up north, and then on the 22nd of July, our Showdown Summer Spectacular. You can only see it by being there live. We've got James Scott versus Bram, Falls Count Anywhere. More matches will be announced in the weeks to come. And you'll find out about them right here on Wrestling Showdown. Get your tickets, do not delay. And then when you've got them, make sure you're back here in 7 days, because I'm going to bring you even more momentous news and fantastic matches on Wrestling Showdown.